juice, keep me rolling juice.
Hey babe, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Juice Amour and this is my second live. This is also day 5 of Vlogmas. Leave a thumbs up if you've made it this far into our Vlogmas journey. I'm currently in my car, just about to go and get some stuff for Junie while she's at daycare. And while I was sitting here before I took off, I just started thinking and reminiscing about my experience as a creator on the game and my experience with my salon. So I just decided to set my camera up and do a little car talk with you guys and just have an open and honest conversation with you guys about what it is like, the reality of being a creator on Second Life. So if you're interested in topics like this, make sure you leave a like, a comment, and make sure to subscribe. And let's get into the video. When I first started out, I wasn't even thinking about opening a salon. My first businesses were all over the place. I had a boba tea shop, a cafe, and even a dispensary where I sold items I made using the My Story system. I loved creating, but I was also still doing RP as a nail tech in my apartment, so I was juggling all of these projects at once. Then I got my first salon building and something just clicked. I realized that that's what I wanted to focus on, not just selling items, but actually creating a full roleplay experience that people could immerse themselves in. I didn't want to be a typical creator who focuses on just events. My vision was to combine products with RP, offering services that were unique to the grid. It wasn't easy though. People weren't used to paying for an RP service that also came with a product. A lot of them thought there was some kind of catch, like, wait, you mean I actually get something after the roleplay? It took some time to get people to see my vision, but once I started posting more on Instagram, things began to shift. Social media became the best tool for showing people what I was building. The creative pros for me have been the freedom to create something totally unique. I pioneered the nail and lash tech experience on the grid, and being able to turn that idea into reality has been so rewarding. Seeing people enjoy what I've created is the best feeling, especially new time clients when they first come to the experience and they don't know what they're expecting, and then the very end they're so excited and impressed by everything. Even outside of that, with my beauticians, when they serve a client and it's so exciting for them, even me, like when I serve clients, it's really exciting. So I love being able to do that. I've also loved building a community around my salon. The relationships I've created with some of my clients and beauticians means so much to me. It's not just a business, it's all about connections. And I pride myself in the customer experience because I want them to feel special, to feel beautiful, especially since it's a beauty salon. That is the whole purpose. I want you to come in feeling however you feel, but once you leave with a great stamp, and I hope you feel happy and even more beautiful than you are. Being a creator has pushed me to grow in ways I never expected. I've learned so much about marketing, resilience, and trusting my own vision. Every challenge has made me stronger, and I promise you there will be a lot of challenges throughout the process of creating, and that is not to deter you from it. It's more so to let you know that these things are out there. Like, your idea is going to feel like sunshine, lollipops, rainbows, and ice cream. It's going to feel so great, but then the reality will hit when other people may not feel that same way. And now we're going into the cons about creating. Running a business in SL is expensive. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how rich you claim to be in real life. For a game, Second Life is very pricey. And that's a big reality check when I was trying to really expand. And that's why I decided to go the route I went, with more so trying to be on roleplay sims, trying to get like a collaboration or some type of understanding with the sim owner of what I'm doing there, and potentially be offered the space for free or like at a discounted price. Like, I really go in there and market myself and market my experience and really sell it to them so they see that it's worthwhile. And I always give a time limit as well. If I don't, you know, prove to you what I said about my salon and the traction that it will bring to your sim, I can pay a tier. Like, I don't mind paying a tier. So I would go into that kind of route. But for other people who like actually have lands, like that rent a whole land out for their sim, or even the fees for events and paying staff, the costs eventually add up. There were definitely times where I wondered if it was all worth it. Like, sometimes I'll be wondering, like, especially for events, that's why I don't really do them, because some event prices can be a lot and it's not guaranteed that you're going to even like make a profit or even break even from what you've already paid. So that's why I'm quite hesitant with doing events, because some of them are not like cheap at all, especially the ones where they're very popular. Those ones range from about 6k upwards, and that's for a regular booth. So just take that into consideration when you're seeing these booths in these events. A lot of them can afford to be there because they're probably going to break even, or they're going to make even more profit than what they paid for that booth. Balancing time can be a bit of a challenge, especially if you want to have a social life outside of your creating life. So most creators, they don't really have much of a social life. Yes, they may have families, but they're not able to participate in like RP experiences like other people may be able to. They may not be able to, like, even if they had an idea to run a roleplay business, they may not be able to because they don't have time to. Like, most people are just on here doing events, and if you're paying 6k for a booth, you're going to put your everything into that product to make sure you get it back. And especially if they're a creator that wants to be a reoccurring event creator that does it on a regular basis, you're not necessarily going to have the time to be in relationships, build friendships. Because another thing is, a lot of people don't understand like the time it really takes to be a creator until they actually try it themselves. Like, I've had people that will be getting offended because I don't reply to their message straight away, but I'm online, and it's like, yes, I'm online, but my viewer may be closed because I'm either in Photoshop or I'm in Blender or I'm literally serving a client, so I can't, in the middle of serving a client, say something to you. And that can cause a bit of friction sometimes between, you know, some relationships on here. But you will eventually meet people that will get it, that they won't be so hung over just you spending time with them. And that is another reason why a lot of creators don't spend time on the ground. They're often in the sky. They don't really socialize and mix and mingle, because people get very familiar, they get very comfortable, and they get very entitled. So keep that in mind when you want to create, or if you are a creator, like in the early stages, just make sure that you set boundaries with people that are around you and let them know that this is what you're trying to focus on doing. If you have any other leisure time, then cool, but let them know that your first priority is your business. With anything you do, especially when it's something that you can monetize off of, there will be a lot of criticism and competition. Criticism for me is never an issue because, like I've mentioned, I pride myself in my customer experience. So anything I am told, which sounds like an improvement, sounds like anything my client expresses to me, even my beauticians, I'm always open for constructive criticism and implement any changes that need to be put in place as soon as I can at the quickest convenience, because I don't want there to be a situation where anybody has anything to say negatively about the experience that I created. Now, this particular topic is personal. I'm really proud of being the first to bring the nail and lash tech RP experience to the grid. But with that came a lot of challenges I wasn't prepared for. It's rare for someone to come in as an individual and create something new like this. Most of the time, they're part of a creative family or some kind of popular group like a sorority or fraternity, or like they are from the large group that came from IMBU. Whatever the case is, there's always some kind of ties to how people know them or some type of history of their character on a gaming platform previously. I've had bigger names try to take credit for my work, and honestly it hurt, like a lot. Imagine thinking that you're on the same page as someone and working together, they see your vision, and then one day they just block you from coming to the sim and return all your stuff and tell you you can't work there anymore. It's not like your clients are being rude, you're consistently bringing traffic to their sim, but after a while they feel like they don't need you anymore. Or they felt like the only reason I was doing well was because of their sim, and they want to block me out to see if I'm still going to do well. And what's so funny about that is Stamped is still here and a lot of those sims aren't, you know, kind of crazy. There was even a point where a popular creator copied my idea and started selling it as their own. It's taken a lot of fight to keep my creations mine, and it's something I still deal with. This is just some advice for anyone who wants to start out creating. Start small. You don't need to launch with the biggest store or the most expensive setup. Focus on building something solid and grow from there. Trust me, it's less stressful and way more sustainable. Social media will be your best friend. And even with that, you won't be getting reposts by the people you think you'll be getting reposted by, okay? And I'm not in a family or in anything like that. And I was shocked at the support that I received from people I considered friends compared to people I didn't know. It was very different. I would get reshares, comments, people like spreading my business around and they didn't even know me. And I had people that were literally there from the beginning who like would compliment me in my DMs, but they would never publicly say it. And it was always so weird to me. So make social media your best friend and post consistently, especially if you're trying to do like a role play kind of vibe. Make people understand your character from the start till wherever you want to take it. Don't be afraid to show off your work. Share your story and connect with your audience. People want to see the person behind the brand. Like, they're very interested in that. But also make sure you create a boundary. Don't open yourself up too much. Just give them just enough that they need to know about you, but make your business the focus. And finally, protect your ideas. If you have something unique, people will notice and some might even try and take it. Stay confident in your vision and don't let anyone make you feel like you don't belong, because you do. So that's my story and how I went from juggling multiple businesses to building the salon I have today. It's been a journey, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. If you're thinking of starting something of your own, I hope this video gave you some type of inspiration and insight. Let me know in the comments what one idea you've been thinking about, or if you're already a creator, what's your biggest lesson you've learned so far? I would love to hear that. Or if you don't feel comfortable sharing your ideas in the comments, feel free to DM me. I am an open book. I love stuff like that. Part of my resume is I was the business manager in Luxolay for a period of time, so I do have experience with that. So just reach out and don't be afraid to. Thanks for spending time with me today. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll be back tomorrow with my next Vlogmas video. Take care and I will see you in my next one.